Welcome to another Bodgit And Leggit video. I've still got the plague, but you know what, we'll crack on. We won't say anything about it. Here's my toolbox diagnostic cart update. We will start from the top again. We have my screen here, which is really handy because when I plonk the cart in front of the cart, I can't always see the screen, but we can turn the screen anywhere we want, so I can look at the screen and I don't need to be looking at that screen, which is really handy. Then we have our chassis ears here, really handy piece of kit. We have our pulsar machine as well on the top. We have the snap-on bearers as well on the top, and we have my webcam that I do for the live streams, and we have my touchscreen laptop, which is really handy because again it can basically turn into a tablet. You can put it down, full touchscreen, really handy. So that's what's on the top. Let's get to the side drawer next. Right, we just have some spare batteries here, a couple of speakers, a couple of USB leads as well. Then in this we have our instrument tester, well essentially a variable resistor for checking all sorts of stuff. I've done videos on checking fuel gauge readers, throttle pedals and all sorts with that, really handy. Then we have a bit more of our chassis here. Then we have the battery maintainer / charger, also from Hobby Tools as well, which is really handy when you're doing any type of diagnostics. They're the leads for it. You always need to make sure your battery is charged or keeping a constant voltage, especially if you're programming and especially if you're doing diagnostics, because if you don't, your battery will go down and you'll get incorrect readings and be changing parts you don't need to. Right, let's get to our top drawer. Filthy drawer. Now, as you can see, lots and lots of wires. This is the wires to my snap-on oscilloscope. We have just, well, all sorts in there. Now we have different connections for BNC scopes to ordinary scopes to male and female to just banana jacks. So if I want to make up my own leads or something like that, I can do. This is a good case in point here. So we have a BNC, but we have two wires, so I can essentially make my own little jumper, plug it into a scope, and you know, we can see what we're doing, what we're not doing. We also have T-joints here, so again, if we want to put different wires and make different connections, I can do. I've done it in the past. It's really handy to have. We have just straight connectors then. Again, depending on what you're doing, if you have to make up something because you don't have it or something's in a weird place, you don't want to be chopping up these wires. You can essentially make your own wires. Then we have some amp clamps for the snap-on machine as well. We'll cover another amp clamp there. We also have, and this is another snap-on multimeter and amp clamp. I have my battery tester, or not my battery, oh you can't see. Not battery tester, but again for the modern cars, if you want to do a battery drain, you can actually see if there's a drain on it by using this fella. We have more connections. This is for airbags, and we just have more, you know, connections for our multimeters, all different type of connections there. Again, loads of different back probes connection, node lights. What else we got in here? More not joiners, but extension leads for scopes, all that stuff in there. What I've done is I put a cable tie around some old oil bottles, so it just keeps things in a nice, handy, neat package. More back probes here. We have a temperature sensor with a snap-on. We have an ultrasonic tester for reversing sensors. This is a Pico one, because some of the sensors you can hear them by putting your finger near them or putting your ear near them and they click. Not all sensors click, so that comes in handy. Temperature probe. Battery spark testers, more back probes. This is very handy for testing power and stuff, just really quick and easy for testing fuses, no leads with that, really handy. And just more cables, again depending on what we're doing, we can, with these cables, if we've got a B and C connection, where are we looking? So for example, we've got banana jacks there, and I want to put this to, put it here to make it to banana jacks and make it to B and C. We've got loads of different connections for different things. Again, making my own, for making my own stuff. Now this is a pressure transducer, which I made myself, which I will be doing a video and showing how I made that in-cylinder pressure transducer there. Again, really, really handy. Now, draw number 2. Now we just have more multimeters. We have amp clamps. This is a fantastic multimeter. I'll be showing you videos on this soon. This is essentially a, well, it is a multimeter, an insulation tester, so which is really just absolutely fantastic. This here is, again, just for testing all sorts, but you can see, you can put special stickers on something, you can see how fast something is spinning over in RPMs, miles an hour and stuff like that. Again, comes in handy for certain stuff, depending on what you're doing, of course. We have another amp clamp here that goes along with this Facon multimeter, Facon amp clamp. These are all the connections to this bad boy, the mega tester. Again, we'll kind of go through this in other videos, but this is the special tester here when you press the button and you can do the resistance and stuff like that, which is really handy. I've shown this in videos too. This is really good. It shows you basically, well, what I use it for is vent, how much air is coming out of a vent, which is really handy. Now I've got these multimeters here too. These are from Fluke. We have a Fluke 318 amp clamp and a 322 multimeter, but the really good thing about these is they're a normal multimeter. They're both 1000 volts, so they'll work on electric vehicles, but not only that, so these things are fantastic. What you can actually do is you can actually take them off. So if I just turn it on, let's say you want to monitor something, you're inside the car and you're on your own, you've got this hooked around something, you want to rev it up, turn on your lights, do whatever, you can actually leave this in the car, take this off, it's got a magnet behind it, so if you want anything metal you can stick to it, and you can monitor whatever you happen to be monitoring. Same as this one. So turn this one on, do the same thing, you can take it off, you can do absolutely everything. Really, really handy, especially when you're on your own. So that's a Fluke 233 and this is a Fluke 381. Then we have our finger scope from Hobby Tools. I've done a video on this. I don't know which video is going to come out first, but again, you can search that video out there. That's what's in this drawer, drawer number 3. Now we have, this is the other part to the air meter I was telling you about. We have our TPMS sensor. That's from Sykes Pick Event. We have, and then various scan tools, quick and easy scan tools, rather than turning on the big ones. We've got the Launch CRP 429C, we've got the Autel ESB S310, we've also got the Autel MaxiCheck, and we've got the Foxwell. We have the Auto Boss, and we have the Delphi as well. Draw number 4. Now, more multimeters. Snap-on one, which is a 2-channel oscilloscope, also the one from Hobby Tools. We also have various test leads of all different drawers and stuff like that. We have light meters, again, for whatever you want to do. We have some really handy fuse savers here as well. We obviously have our breakout box, and we have, which I haven't used yet, but we have our load probe. Yes, that's going to be interesting to use that. I will also be doing a video on these, what they can exactly do and all that sort of stuff. I got that from Ryan's Automotive as well, so I'll put a link when I do the video to that. But you can use these for a lot of things. It's amazing what you can actually use them for. You can even save your scan tools from blowing up. Put this in first, you see if all the wires are correct before you put your scan tool in. So I'll be showing that in another video. Getting on last 2 drawers now. Now we have the new eye tester. Again, fantastic piece of kit. Really quick, easy, fast to test relative compression. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Fast and easy tests. They have sent me a new lead, which I'm going to try, an OBD2 socket. that's some more various stuff. With that, we have our test lead kit. This is a Hobby Tool test lead kit. I've done a video on that. Fantastic. We then have another fluke meter here. This one's really good because, again, what you can actually do with this one is Bluetooth it to your phone. So again, you can do monitoring without actually having it beside you, which is really good. We have our fuse testers then. Again, great piece of kit. Terminal set to take all the terminals out if you want to repair the wires. Decibel meter, testing emissions. It's only a 4 gas, not a 5 gas analyzer. Again, I love this thing. Dial indicator, digital dial indicator, fantastic. That's part of that, and I think this is a fuse or a relay tester then. Yeah, relay tester in there. Last drawer. And now, our last drawer. We have Borescope from Snap-on. Do not like it. That's another story. A Power Pro from Snap-on. I do actually like that. Battery tester with printer. Another multimeter, essentially. This one is from Sykes. Again, it's really handy, quick. It's called the Terminator. Just quick, easy, handy, which is always nice. EGR valve tester at the bottom, which we showed before, vernier calipers. These are from Facom. Injector harness wiring kit or tester, really handy. And we have our EGR valve tester. I've shown that in a few videos, and we have more battery testers down there as well. That's another Snap-on. Snap-on one, we did a video on repairing that. It's a QBD 200. And one more thing to show. Any ideas what it might be? I haven't set it up properly in this toolbox, which I will be doing soon, but are you ready? Okay, that didn't work very well. Boom! We've got a Pico, people. It's a Pico Advanced kit. Now, there is other bits in this, but essentially it's the Advanced kit. It's the big boy, it's the 4-channel 4425 scope, which is a 2 gig scope, people. 2 gigs this bad boy is, which is just awesome. We have back probes here, hooks, we have amp clamps, low amp clamps and everything here, again, really handy. Continuators, and then under here, or in here should I say, we've got all the goodies. So we have just the, obviously, secondary ignition, primary, absolutely everything, all the leads. These are really handy. They're extenders for, you know, coil packs and stuff. Again, coil on plug, and they're for more ignitions. We've got, they're absolutely brilliant, really handy. And there are also a couple of really good handy things in here. Loads of connections. Where am I looking? Another one, absolutely brilliant. One thing I am looking for and I can't find now. Ah, here we go. When you're doing cam and crank correlations, this is for the, not for all of them, but it just allows you to plug it into the crank sensor. It gives you a pigtail, it gives you testing points here, and it just keeps everything in the system. A lot easier to back probe this than it is down at the sensor sometimes. So yes, you'll be seeing this bad boy in more videos to come. We finally got one. Went for the big one because, you know, go big or go home. You know what they say. 2 gig scope. And yeah, I mean 2 gig is just huge. So that's it. That's our toolbox, diagnostic toolbox update. Sorted. So.
Don't forget, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Links up here, links down there. Don't forget to get your hands dirty. See you for the next one.
Sorted. Sorted?
Sorted.
Sorted. Sorted.
Yes.
Sorted.
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 God, my voice sounds worse than yours. Bye, everybody.